Buying land or a property forces you to make a lot of choices. Unfortunately, people who don't have much experience buying land or property rarely know how to avoid common mistakes, and even experienced buyers can make mistakes. OPTIVEN Group, the pace setters in real estate, led by undoubtedly one of the most successful entrepreneurs in Kenya today, CEO Mr. George Washiori, and well-articulated sales executives both in Kenya and diaspora, takes you through the process and procedure while purchasing a land or any property at OPTIVEN.
Number one is an inquiry. Once we get the inquiry, the second thing we do is to send the investment catalog, the investment guide. And this is very important because once they inquire, through the conversation, through the discussion with the client, we get to know their budget, we get to know their needs, we get to know, where they lie in terms of their taste and preference when it comes to properties. So we do send the investment guide, and this investment guide, among other things, capture the location of the area. A brief description of the location is given, and it also captures the value additions attached to each and every property, or maybe to that specific property they are looking for. So the value additions are captured in the investment guide or investment catalog, if you may want to put it that way.
Join Kiarie Prestige on Pacific Waves Television as he hosts CEO OPTIVEN Group Mr. George Washiori and the sales executive Mr. George Muteti as they take you through OPTIVEN property purchase process. This will prove to you that OPTIVEN is not just a name or a company like any other, but a company with integrity, good customer care, and a trusted partner. It is today, Monday, the 8th of March 2021, exactly at 8 p.m. Kenyan time and 9 a.m. Pacific time, only on Pacific Waves International Television, a place of knowledgement.
Is a company with integrity,
customer care,
trusted partners,
the pacesetters in real estate.
Hihi matanya maku ma mwaka uyu wa 2021 matari atia? Niwekirite kugura buroti thiini wa mubango waku? The Garden of Joy to buroti tu Asha gated community no iria i off Kangudo Road iri na great amenities iria cithondeketwo ni OPTIVEN nigetha wiigue wiganeire. Thitima iri inside the project kwina solar street light plus an elevated water tank nigetha ikohe great amounts of joy round the clock. Security nayo ni njega fiu, and this is on top of the warmth ya great neighbors aria already maraka thiini wa mucio muthakataki. Ndukarie marigu wigire na a value added plot inside the Garden of Joy gated community ya OPTIVEN. Aria na ithui kuhitukira +254 790 667 799 ona kana tucere rwenda-ini rwitu ni www.optiven.co.ke.
OPTIVEN Limited, the
Amani Ridge, the place of peace by OPTIVEN. Iharirie gukurehera thayo muturire-ini we na family yaku. Wagura value added plot yaku guku ucoke wake mucii waku urikaribishagwo ni the tranquil flowing waters on the fountain of peace next to gate imwe Thakataki. Ukagerera on beautiful internal roads cia Kabro ukienjoyaga the breeze ya the leafy outskirts cia Nairobi. Waini ukamurikirwo njira ni solar street light na ugokiragio ni tunyoni twakite itaramiti-ini gwaku. Already OPTIVEN ni ithondekete ruthingo rwa security rwa mahiga ruria rwina razor wire na CCTV ni undu wa ugitiri waku plus an elevated water tank nigetha ugakoragwo na mai throughout. Na toguo tu, OPTIVEN ni hariririe tumigura twa matunda thiini wa green parks cia Amani Ridge aria urihurukaga na ukayurirwo ni thayo we na family yaku. Oho, OPTIVEN ni igite keheri handu ha clubhouse wetereire ki wigire na broti yaku guku Amani Ridge, the place of peace. Aria na ithui kuhitukira +254 790 667 799 kana tuma email kuri diaspora@optiven.co.ke ona kana tucere rwenda-ini rwitu ni www.optiven.co.ke.
OPTIVEN Limited, the pacesetters in real estate.
Good evening, good evening, good evening, everyone. It's a pleasure to have you once again in these studios, a place of nourishment, even as we host the pacesetters guys from Kenya, the CEO of OPTIVEN Group Limited, plus senior sales representative. Remember, we are also celebrating Women Today, so it's a coincidence. With me, I have Mr. George Washiori. Mr. George Washiori is going to talk to us through a phone call. We also have the senior sales representative, Mr. George Muteti, with me, and we are going to learn a lot. We are going to learn. Remember, we are discussing about the roadmap to home ownership in Kenya. Why do we call OPTIVEN Group Limited pesetas? We are going to learn today. With me is Mr. George Muteti. Mr. George Muteti, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Yeah, clearly, I can.
Okay. I want to give you this opportunity to say hi to our listeners, to Pacific Waves International Radio and Television listeners, and then from there we are going to continue with our show tonight. In Kenya it's tonight, here it's morning. Welcome.
Yes. Well, thank you very much, CEO Mr. Kiarie, Pacific Radio National. It's a pleasure, to be hosted by you once again, and I'd like to take this initiative to thank our listeners from around the world, and specifically in Seattle, and also to thank our clients who are also tuned in for according us this opportunity to listen to us. It's a pleasure, and we are humbled to serve you, and we'll work with you in the journey in terms of getting to know what is all about, and also about the properties we are selling, because ideally we are out to empower Kenyans from across from Kenya and also in diaspora. We economically empower and transform the society, and we say the reason as to why we wake up every morning is to settle Kenyans. Thank you very much, Mr. CEO Bwana Kiarie.
Okay, with me is the CEO, Mr. George Washiori, on phone. Mr. Washiori, can you hear me?
I can hear you extremely well, as if you are next door.
Okay, you are on there, Mr. CEO. I want to give you this opportunity to say hi to our listeners, even as we prepare to know more about OPTIVEN Group Limited.
Wow, thank you. We are extremely humbled, and I want to say hi to all the listeners of this Pacific TV, and we are so happy that we are partnering together, and also wish all the women who are listening, wish them well with the International Women's Day. We are extremely humbled. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. CEO, Mr. George Washiori, I'm going to start with you. I'm going to ask you, what is OPTIVEN known for? For all those years, I have been hearing about OPTIVEN. I'm also a customer at OPTIVEN Group, OPTIVEN. I've invested there.
Wow.
What is OPTIVEN known for?
Wow, asante sana. Thank you very much. OPTIVEN is known for pursuance of our vision. We say that our vision is to be pacesetters in socio-economic transformation. We are also known for our purpose to economically and socially empower and transform the communities. We say that we exist to add value to our society, to our community, and we have two goals. Goal number one is to create 30,000 jobs by the year 2030. Goal number two is to create 300,000 homes by the year 2030. And we say that every time we see a customer having their own home, we smile, we are happy. And other than that, OPTIVEN is also known for community projects. We have one of the biggest foundations, it's called OPTIVEN Foundation, where we donate 5% of our resources to support the less fortunate. We have programs like education, whereby we support orphans across 47 counties. we have a program for old people. We call it Restoring the Dignity of Senior Citizens. I must thank you personally, because sometimes you contributed in the Eve of One project whereby you are supporting an old lady with 5 children who was divorced by the husband because of developing epileptic. And of course, the foundation, we also have a big program for physically challenged. We do wheelchairs across 47 counties. So OPTIVEN is literally a movement and the putting property part of our business, that our main business into economic and social power. They transform the communities. And we are happy to partner with the Pacific, our listeners, so that we are able to sharpen one another, to encourage one another in this journey of life. Thank you.
Mr. Washuri, before we continue, I would like to ask you, why OPTIVEN? We have many investors from here in America, and they are listening our show. I have seen they have started asking me some questions. And one of the listeners is asking, why OPTIVEN and not any other real estate? Can you be able to answer that question? Can you convince this investor, this customer, why OPTIVEN and not any other real estate?
Wow, thank you very much. Why OPTIVEN? And I would say that the people we partner with, our customers, we are able to give them our experience of 21 years in business. Number 2, we are experts in adding value to properties, whereby if you buy our property, be it Garden of Joy, Machakos, Victory Gardens, Kitengela, Amani Ridge, Kiambu, or Nanyuki, these particular properties, you are able to develop easily, because these properties have all the value addition. We did a research and discovered that many people don't develop their homes because they lack water, they lack infrastructure, they lack security. And for other OPTIVEN, we provide these value additions. Right now, we are saying that value additions is normal. We are now talking about green project, whereby if you buy a property like Amarit, not only value additions, but you are using green energy, whereby all our streets are lit, and also the water that comes out from our homes, our toilet, recycle it through by digester, and we are able also to make sure that we plant those trees to ensure that the oxygen is good. So other than value of we are making our properties green. And what's more, if you partner with OPTIVEN, you are able to pay pole. You tell us this is the deposit I have, and we are able to pay slowly by slowly. I know today I was with the people from the diaspora, and they were looking at new projects. We gardened Keno Makoyo, and they were saying, hey, George, can you give me 2 years to pay? I pay you 30%. Give me 2 years, and then you charge me small interest, like a circle of 12%, also to recharge. And you find that customers are able to get this friendly arrangement with the OPTIVEN. And definitely, why OPTIVEN? We have been empowering a lot of people. They get their titles, some are building. If you come to Victory Gardens, for example, we have a circle in the North America whereby they got 52 properties, and right now we are building. So if you're there, you are listening to a shield. The best company to partner with is OPTIVEN. Why? Because you are sure that you are able to get the true value of your money. You're not only buying a plot, you are buying a plot with other values added on top of your property. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Washuri, you mentioned about OPTIVEN Foundation. And before you tell us more about the OPTIVEN Foundation, I would like to know the secret. Why you have been there in the market, you have withstood all the turbulences. Many real estates have come and they have gone. Many have had, they sell properties, they change phone calls, but we have never had a scandal from OPTIVEN. What's the secret, before you tell us about the foundation, and also tell us you have been in this business for how many years?
Wow, thank you very much. And I would say that the secret is trusting in God, because terrain, but every time we trust in God that we are going to make it, we have seen God doing it. Number 2 secret is the trust within the people working for OPTIVEN. People call them staff, we call them partners, that the people working for OPTIVEN, they know they own OPTIVEN. OPTIVEN is not George Washiori. Any person, the 400 employees or partners that work with OPTIVEN, they own it. Number three is the trust from customers. You know, the customers trust OPTIVEN, and how do they trust? When they talk to us, we listen. Our phones are open. We have a department that caters for different regions. We have a whole department that caters for diaspora. And by God's grace, we have continued delivering this, and we are happy that people trust OPTIVEN. And for the last 21 years, we have been empowering people. We have been supporting people. We have been supporting our customers. And I think that is why we have kept going for 21 years, and we keep the God that the time George is old, OPTIVEN will be there, empowering people to happen. If you look at Kenya today, 67% of our people, they are in the informal sector and require affordable properties. And OPTIVEN, we were there to offer those affordable properties. And then somebody told me a secret. You know, a mentor of mine called Manu Shadaria, he told me a secret. He told me, if you want your company to succeed, give to the less fortunate. And that thing has worked for them. And that's why we say we commit 5% of our resources to foundation. I am also an author. The money I sell my books, you know, I also donate to the foundation. So I know there are people who are listening to me who are doing businesses. If you want to unlock the value, unlock the blessings, start supporting the less fortunate. You will see miracles happening. Thank you.
Okay, thanks so much. Thanks so much for explaining to us about the foundation and the secret. I have heard God first, the teamwork, and now I come to my good friend, Mr. George Muteti, and I'm going to ask George Muteti to tell us more about OPTIVEN. Mr. George Muteti, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you clearly.
In case I go to the basket of OPTIVEN, what am I going to get out with? What is this content in the basket of OPTIVEN?
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Kiarie. Really appreciate this. Is a beautiful question. What is in the OPTIVEN basket? And in the OPTIVEN basket, we have got none other than goodies. You know, we have goodies for you and for everyone who has tuned in this evening. And of course, you know that OPTIVEN is a supermarket of properties. And one of the goodies we have in the OPTIVEN basket is none other than Love Gardens. Love Gardens. And Love Gardens is a property within 2 kilometers from my Kajiado city, from Kajiado Township. That's more or less a mile. If you can convert it into miles, is more or less 1 mile from my Kajiado Township, and it's a property that is suitable for the growing population of the county headquarters. Remember that Kajiado is the county headquarters, and you know, there's a growing population, and as we speak, in this city, there is a shortage of housing because people are flocking there left, right, and center. And for that reason, Love Gardens would be a good property to plug in and do, you know, do rental standalone homes for rental because it's owing to its proximity to the Kajiado city. And it's a nice property, and it's actually less than a mile from the Namanga Transnational Highway. Remember, Namanga is not a transnational highway because it's linking, you know, Kenya with Tanzania with Zambia, and you can use this transnational highway all the way from Nairobi to Johannesburg in South Africa. And for that reason, and Namanga Transnational Highway is becoming a beehive of activity following the open East African trade. So Love Gardens being less than a mile from the highway, almost a mile from Kajiado Township, would be a good property to invest in so that we can ease the shortage of housing in Kajiado Township. It's a nice property, and maybe you can ask, what are the visions attached to this property? As we speak, water is on site. We are working on the solarizing because it's gonna be solar powered, and so we are doing water connectivity to each and every plot. So once you purchase a plot, at Love Gardens to do a standalone home for rental, you find that water will be right on your plot, and your job would be just to install the meter. And it's a beautiful property. And again, we have stationed a caretaker there. So if you plan to construct, there's no worry. Getting worried, or maybe materials, would construction materials be safe? Yes, the materials will be safe because we have stationed a caretaker on site, and OPTIVEN engineers are also on site doing a lot of work at Love Gardens to ensure that you get the very best, the very best. So if you're out there, maybe you're in the US, maybe you from wherever you are around the world, if you want to make money, even when you are in diaspora, to make money in Kenya, then Love Gardens would be a good property to plug in, do standalone residential homes, and make money. You can make as much, because the rent around there, you can make as much as $200 or even $150 per month. Good money. Another goodie at the OPTIVEN basket is none other than the Garden of Joy. And the Garden of Joy is an all-inclusive gated community within Nairobi metropolis, of course, on the side of Machakos County, and it's barely 27 miles from Jomo Kenyatta International Airport. And maybe you may ask, what are the views, at the Garden of Joy? Well, it's a homely and friendly environment overlooking, the Moa Hills, the Comail, the Kenya Hills. And in this property, we've done the fencing with concrete pours and measure. We've done the marm roads. We have started installation of street solar lighting because we are green, and people around who are living around the Garden of Joy, they are getting envious because Garden of Joy is lit because we are going green, and we have even done water connectivity. And even as we speak, clients who have cleared their payments, they are doing water connectivity, and people are building very beautiful homes. Quite a number of clients from the US have already started construction at the Garden of Joy. They are building beautiful townhouses, maisonettes, bungalows. People from Europe are also doing construction, and this is a beautiful property to plan because it's within Nairobi metropolis, and it's one of the goodies we are dishing out this evening. And the last but not the least, we have Winners Gardens, Keno Makuyu. I repeat again, the name of this property is called Winners Gardens, Keno Makuyu, and it's along the Thika Keno Makuyu Sagana Karatina Nyeri dual carriage or highway. A beautiful property, and this is meant for those who want to live in an extremely lively suburb. And maybe you may ask, what are some of the value additions in this property? We have 1 million liters of water at Winners Gardens, Keno Makuyu, as we speak. 1 million liters of water. We are working on the beautiful Maram Road. It's a gated community, and it's a beautiful property that you can plug in and do a beautiful home, a beautiful house. The subdivision is in terms of acres, in terms of half acres, in terms of quarters. It's really a beautiful property that you can plug in and benefit from. Yes, CEO Mr. Kiarie.
Okay, my dear listeners, you are listening to our live broadcast all the way from Seattle, Washington, United States of America, speaking with OPTIVEN Group Limited staff, Mr. CEO, Mr. George Washuri, and the senior sales representative, Mr. George Muteti. And I'm going to recognize a few people here. Mijira Dennis, I can see you here. Collins, Reva, thanks so much. Waidera Gure, yeah. Paulina listening. You are listening us from Toronto, Canada. Martin Oil, thank you. Queen Coretta, Queen, thanks so much. Going green with OPTIVEN Real Estate. Masawa OPTIVEN, I can see you there. Don't touch that dial. I want us to go for a short break. We are going to pay 1 or 2 bills. Then we will be back and know more about the offers. Although Mr. George Mutete has mentioned several offers, I'm going to give him an opportunity also to mention anything that he feels is pending. So don't touch that dial. I'm coming back.
Buying land or a property forces you to make a lot of choices. Unfortunately, people who don't have much experience buying land or property rarely know how to avoid common mistakes, and even experienced buyers can make mistakes. OPTIVEN Group, the pace setters in real estate, led by undoubtedly one of the most successful entrepreneurs in Kenya today, CEO Mr. George Washuri, and well-articulated sales executives both in Kenya and diaspora, takes you through the process and procedure while purchasing a land or any property at OPTIVEN.
Number 1 is an inquiry. Once we get the inquiry, the second thing we do is to send the investment catalog, the investment guide. And this is very important because once they inquire, through the conversation, through the discussion with the client, we get to know their budget, we get to know their needs, we get to know, where they lie in terms of their taste and preference when it comes to our properties. So we do send the investment guide, and this investment guide, among other things, capture the location of the area. A brief description of the location is given, and it also captures the value additions attached to each and every property, or maybe to that specific property they are looking for. So the value additions are captured in the investment guide or investment catalog, if you may want to put it that way.
Join Kiarie Prestige on Pacific Waves Television as he hosts CEO OPTIVEN Group Mr. George Washuri and the sales executive Mr. George Muteti as they take you through OPTIVEN property purchase process. This will prove to you that OPTIVEN is not just a name or a company like any other, but a company with integrity, good customer care, and a trusted partner. It is today, Monday, the 8th of March 2021, exactly at 8 p.m. Kenyan time and 9 a.m. Pacific time, only on Pacific Waves International Television, a place of knowledgement.
Is a company with integrity, customer care,
trusted partners,
The pacesetters in real estate.
Amani reach the place of peace by OPTIVEN. Iharĩrie gũkũrehera thayũ mũtũrĩre-inĩ we na family yaku. Wagũra value added plot yaku gũkũ, ucoke wake mũciĩ waku, ũrĩkaribishagwo nĩ the tranquil flowing waters on the fountain of peace next to gate ĩmwe Thakataki. Ũkagerera on beautiful internal roads cia Kabro, ũkĩenjoyaga the breeze ya the leafy outskirts cia Nairobi. Hwaĩ-inĩ ũkamũrĩkĩrwo njĩra nĩ solar street light, na gũkĩroko ũgokĩragio nĩ tũnyoni twakĩte itara mĩtĩ-inĩ gwaku. Already, OPTIVEN nĩ ĩthondekete rũthingo rwa rwa security rwa mahiga ruria rwina razor wire na CCTV ni undu wa ugitiri waku plus an elevated water tank nigetha ugakoragwo na mai throughout. Na to guo tu, OPTIVEN ni hariririe tumigura twa matunda thiini wa Green Parks cia Amani Ridge haria urihurukaga na ukayurirwo ni thayo we na family yaku. Oho, OPTIVEN ni igite keheri handu ha Clubhouse wetereire ki wigire na broti yaku guku Amani Ridge, the place of peace. Aria na ithui kuhitukira +254 790 667 799 kana tuma email kuri diaspora@optiven.co.ke ona kana utuchere rurenda-ini rwitu ni www.optiven.co.ke.
OPTIVEN Limited, the pay-setters in real estate.
Kajiado County. It is one of the fastest growing counties which is experiencing rapid transformation of land and urbanization. Introducing Love Gardens by OPTIVEN. This project is strategically located at the heart of Kajiado, just 900 meters off the Namanga Highway. Love Gardens has amazing value additions like well-developed internal Maram roads, water, security, car parking area, meditation and prayer park, making it perfect for a family dream home setup or a standalone rental home. A well-developed neighborhood surrounds this breathtaking project with universities, schools, hospitals, industries and hotels, a good sign that Kajiado County is truly growing. The serene Love Gardens is characterized by a perfect scenic and cool ambience from all Kajiado River. The project goes for 795,000 Kenyan shillings cash price or 995,000 Kenyan shillings for installment plan. Call us today on 0703 450 450 or visit www.optiven.co.ke.
Welcome back. This is Pacific Waves International Radio and Television. We are broadcasting live from Seattle, Washington, United States of America. My name is Kiarie Prestige. I can't see if that is. Thanks so much. Mkenya mwekezaji, unasemaje? I love OPTIVEN Real Estate. Even your name can testify that. Mkenya mwekezaji. Sijui kama Muteti amesikia hiyo. Kuna mtu hapa anaitwa Mkenya mwekezaji. Thanks so much. And Wamboye, I can see you tuned in. Okay, Mr. Muteti, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear, Mr. Kiarie.
Before I go to our CEO, Mr. George Washuri, I'm sure he's still on the line. Mr. Washuri, are you on the line?
I am there, Bwana Kiarie of Pacific Waves. Yes, I'm there.
Okay. I don't know whether Mr. Muteti you are done with the overs, but before you tell us, let me remind our listeners that you can visit www.optiven.co.ke and get more of goodies Mr. Muteti is telling us about. Mr. Muteti, do you have anything that you can say before you are parting short?
Yeah, thank you so very much, Mr. Kiarie, and our listeners. We want to thank them for, creating time to listen to us. And, OPTIVEN is full of offers and surprises. At the moment, we have got an offer. We are calling very much, Mr. Kiarie, and our listeners want to thank them for we are calling Pata Pasaka now OPTIVEN. OPTIVEN is full of this Pata Pasaka now OPTIVEN.
Mr. Muteti,
yes.
Sorry for interruption.
Yes.
Do you have something that is around? We can hear this show from your side. Do you have anything? Do you have another phone you are listening from?
One moment.
Yeah.
Pay-setters in real estate.
Kajiado County. It is one of the fastest growing counties which is experiencing rapid transformation of land and urbanization. Introducing Love Gardens by OPTIVEN.
Buying land or a property forces you to make a lot of choices. Unfortunately, people who don't have much experience buying land or property rarely know how to avoid common mistakes, and even experienced buyers can make mistakes. OPTIVEN Group, the pace setters in real estate, led by undoubtedly one of the most successful entrepreneurs in Kenya today, CEO Mr. George Washiori, and well-articulated sales executives both in Kenya and diaspora, takes you through the process and...
Okay, welcome back. Now we are okay.
Yeah, we are good.
You can proceed.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Kiarie, and sorry for that. What I was saying is that we have an offer we are running, and is dubbed Pata Pasaka na OPTIVEN. So once you make a deposit, case of any of our properties, you make a deposit of 700,000 and above, you'll be able to qualify for 16,000 Kenya shillings as a cashback. So it's a good offer for you, because we want to spoil you during Pasaka, so that we are saying Pata Pasaka na OPTIVEN. You get a cashback if you purchase any of our OPTIVEN properties, and you make a deposit of 700,000 and above. And it's only in OPTIVEN, whereby you purchase a property and you are given money. Unanunua ploti, na ukinunua ploti unarudishiwa pesa. Unapewa pesa back. So once you do that, you will qualify for that Pata Pasaka na OPTIVEN, na 16,000 Kenya shillings. So that is one of the offers. Another offer is attached to Love Gardens, whereby if you are a customer at Love Gardens and you start construction, because it's ripe for standalone homes to alleviate the shortage of housing in Kajiado. So once you start construction, we are going to, as OPTIVEN, we are going to give you, as a token, 20 bags of cement. And now that is an offer associated with the Love Gardens, whereby you can make money through a construction of a standalone homes. It's a beautiful offer. And of course, when it comes to Winners Gardens, Thika Keno, Makuyu Sagana Highway, we just launched the property a few days ago. The prices are still introductory prices. So if you plug in this time before we do the value additions, because once we commence with the value additions, the prices will skyrocket. The prices will go up. So once you purchase now, the prices are purely introductory, and you are going to really make a good kill in our properties. Thank you, Mr. CEO Kiarie.
Okay, Mr. Mutete, I'll come back to you, even as you give us the contact, the OPTIVEN Group Limited contacts. You tell us where are your offices, because we have just highlighted some of these things, and maybe somebody is listening to us and would like to come to your offices to get more clarification. Valentine Homes, I can see you are saying come and invest in value-added plots with OPTIVEN. Fidelis Joe Kenywa, I can say Fidelis carries give to your family a place to live by investing any of the OPTIVEN projects with the tranquil and serene setting, ideal for family home or commercial. Yeah, I can see that. Rabi Mwangi, you are listening us from Jinda. Fires Wakanyi, you are tuned in. Kenya Mwekezaji, very good of us. Rabi Mwangi, thanks Beatrice. Especially that Easter over. I like it. Mr. George Washiori, I would like to give you an opportunity. Maybe you can say something you feel it's so burning, even as you give us your parting shot.
Thank you, Mr. Kiarie, and thank you for the good job that you are doing, especially in empowering our Kenyan community, not only in Seattle, whereby you have a lot of customers, but across the group. And we are praying that these Pacific waves will keep growing. And we are very pleased. We are also happy with the customers that trust OPTIVEN. And for us, we are here, and even those who may be having some challenges, we want to encourage them that they should not give up. You know, we have some customers who started paying, but along the way they were unable to complete. We want to encourage you. We are praying for you. Keep the vision, keep the hope going, because all said and done, I think the most important gift is our life. And for us at OPTIVEN, we pray for you, we love you, and if you're out there, you are thinking of a partner, the best partner is OPTIVEN. So God bless you, and we are right here at APSA Plaza, the former Barclays Plaza, 14th floor and 15th floor. And you can also find us on our website, www.optiven.co.ke, and those who require mentorship, they can also join my FB, George Washuri. I do mentorship twice a month through Zoom. You can be able to log in, and we can be able to inspire you, to make you a better person, to sharpen one another, because it's our call. Once again, Bwana Kiarie, we really appreciate what you are doing. And all our listeners, just know OPTIVEN loves you, and just know OPTIVEN is your company. God bless you. Thank you.
You are welcome, our CEO, Mr. George Washuri. Coming back, even as we conclude our show this morning, back in Kenya is tonight. Mr. George Muteti, I don't know whether you can, Mr. George has mentioned where you are located, but maybe you can add more contact information. Yeah, even as you say bye to our listeners.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kiarie and listeners. Maybe my parting shot would be in form of a question, and the question is, do you want to live in a controlled development project within Nairobi metropolis? Then if the answer is yes, the Garden of Joy is such a project, such a property you would want to plug in, invest, and we have done a lot. Of course, we are going green as OPTIVEN, and a lot is happening there in terms of water connectivity. People are now paying for the water connectivity. We are doing installation of street solar lighting. We are doing air purifiers at the Garden of Joy. Maybe another question would be, do you want to earn money even as you sleep? If the answer is yes, then Love Gardens, Kajiado Township, is such a property where you can do standalone homes for rental and make money even when you are in diaspora. Is such a beautiful property. Maybe another question, the final one would be, do you live in a living suburb or built for maybe for your parents, or maybe do a winter home? If that is the case, Winners Gardens, Keno Makuyu is such a property along Thika, Keno, Makuyu, Sagana, Karatina, Nyeri dual carriage. And you can reach us on 0713 588 899. I repeat again, you can reach us on 0713 588 899. You can give us a call. You can send us a message on WhatsApp, and you are welcome. We are here to serve you, to walk with you the journey to your own ownership. Thank you so very much for your time, Mr. CEO.
Thanks so much, Mr. George Muteti, Senior Sales Personnel at OPTIVEN Group Limited. Together with us, we also hosted our CEO of OPTIVEN Group Limited, Mr. George Washuri. You guys, you are special, you are unique to us. God bless you, God bless you. Thanks so much, our listeners who are on the line. I can see Anne Moturi from UK, London. You are joining us. Morning, Jerry. Monica Jerry, thanks so much. Anne Moirode, come on, Mr. CEO. I say hi. Okay. We come to the end of our show. My name is Kiarie Prestige from Pacific Waves International Radio and Television, a place of nourishment all the way from United States of America, Seattle, Washington. Bye-bye, shalom. We are going to have more of these programs. Now we have agreed with OPTIVEN. We are not going to sleep again. Every month, we have to bring a program with OPTIVEN. I will continue praying OPTIVEN adverts almost every day. Even after this, we are having a preacher who is already in the reception. We are going to remind you more about OPTIVEN almost every day because these are pace setters. Goodbye. God bless you. God bless you. See you after 1 hour with our preacher, Bishop Gideon Macharia. Remember, you can visit a Pacific Waves page. You can also visit my Facebook account and listen this program again. Queen Coretta, Queen, thank you, Kiarie. Okay, thanks so much. Queen, bye-bye. Shalom, shalom, shalom.
Buying land or a property forces you to make a lot of choices. Unfortunately, people who don't have much experience buying land or property rarely know how to avoid common mistakes, and even experienced buyers can make mistakes. OPTIVEN Group, the pace setters in real estate, led by undoubtedly one of the most successful entrepreneurs in Kenya today, CEO Mr. George Washiori, and well-articulated sales executives both in Kenya and diaspora, takes you through the process and procedure while purchasing a land or any property at OPTIVEN.
Number one is an inquiry. Once we get the inquiry, the second thing we do is to send the investment catalog, the investment guide. And this is very important because once they inquire, through the conversation, through the discussion with the client, we get to know their budget, we get to know their needs, we get to know, where they lie in terms of their taste and preference when it comes to properties. So we do send the investment guide, and this investment guide, among other things, capture the location of the area. A brief description of the location is given, and it also captures the value additions attached to each and every property, or maybe to that specific property they are looking for. So the value additions are captured in the investment guide or investment catalog, if you may want to put it that way.
Join Kiarie Prestige on Pacific Waves Television as he hosts CEO OPTIVEN Group Mr. George Washiori and the sales executive Mr. George Muteti as they take you through OPTIVEN property purchase process. This will prove to you that OPTIVEN is not just a name or a company like any other, but a company with integrity, good customer care, and a trusted partner. It is today, Monday, the 8th of March 2021, exactly at 8 p.m. Kenyan time and 9 a.m. Pacific time, only on Pacific Waves International Television, a place of acknowledgement.
Is a company with integrity, customer care,
trusted partners,
The pacesetters in real estate.
Hihi matanya maku ma mwaka uyu wa 2021 matari atia? Inewekirite kugura broti thiini wa mubango waku? The Garden of Joy to broti tu Asha gated community no iria off Kangudo Road iri na great amenities iria cithondeketwo ni OPTIVEN nigetha wigue wiganeire. Thitima iri inside the project kwina solar street light plus an elevated water tank nigetha ikohe great amounts of joy round the clock. Security nayo ni njega fiu, and this is on top of the warmth their great neighbors aria already maraka thiini wa mucio muthakataki ndukarie marigu wigire na a value added plot inside the Garden of Joy gated community ya OPTIVEN aria na ithui kuhitukira +254 790 667 799 ona kana tuchere rurenda-ini rwitu ni ruo www.optiven.co.ke.
OPTIVEN Limited, the Paysaters in
Kajiado County. It is one of the fastest growing counties which is experiencing rapid transformation of land and urbanization. Introducing Love Gardens by OPTIVEN. This project is strategically located at the heart of Kajiado, just 900 meters off the Namanga Highway. Love Gardens has amazing value additions like well-developed internal maram roads, water, security, car parking area, meditation and prayer park, making it perfect for a family dream home setup or a standalone rental home. A well-developed neighborhood surrounds this breathtaking project with universities, schools, hospitals, industries and hotels, a good sign that Kajiado County is truly growing. The serene Love Gardens is characterized by a perfect scenic and cool ambience from all Kajiado River. The project goes for 795,000 Kenyan shillings cash price or 995,000 Kenyan shillings for installment plan. Call us today on 0703 450 450 or visit www.optiven.co.ke.
OPTIVEN.